Right, this is now Wednesday, and I think I'm 13 days away from it, so I'm going to call this day 33, maybe, 34, 35, somewhere around those lines. I will apologise because I know that the video that I made last week has not gone up yet. I've been in Colombia for a week. Oh, balls. So that would have been the week before. Oh, I'm so behind. Doesn't really matter. You know, these aren't live. But yeah, so today, more importantly, today, whatever this day is challenge day. So every Lent, I always do something to push the Lent to its limit. Previously, for instance, when I gave up hot water, I did a cold bath. When I gave up cutlery, I had soup. And by popular request, sticky toffee pudding. So, you know, I always try to make sure that there's something that I've just gone too far on. And yeah, so that is what this is. You may notice that I am not in the part of the kitchen which I would use for preparation normally. And not just because actually we ended up here for the last video and it worked quite well, but because this is where you sit down for a bowl of cereal, and that's what we're going to do. So I have my Huel, I have a bowl and a spoon, and now I do have my water here, but that is just in case this gets too much, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this dry. Now, of course, you know, there's nothing wrong with dry cereal. Dry cereal's great. People love dry cereal. Even something like muesli, I have been known to just grab a handful and just eat that, because, you know, the powder's nice. It's all, well, with the oats and everything is nice. However, this is just Huel. So I'm just going to be eating the dry powder, and we're going to see how that goes for me. If I get particularly bored next week, I may try creating Huel cereal and eating it in a Huel milk, if you will. But we'll see how that goes. I'm prevaricating on the idea of making the Huel pasta. We'll see. Maybe both will happen. You never know. I'm guessing nothing's going to happen this week because it's going to be a rough weekend. Because that concert that I keep talking about, which I need these heels for, that's the ones. Yeah, that's on Friday. So Saturday's going to be a wash. Anyway, yeah. So obviously this is actually a baking bowl, I believe. Or something along those lines, but it's transparent. I thought that would work better for the video. But it does mean that hopefully that I'm guessing it's not going to look as full as it should. So I'm just going to do one portion. I need to at least get through one portion. There's one meal. We'll see. I mean, it's quite late in the day, so there's a lot to be said for having two. But anyway, we have one scoop. I'm not going to bother with actually measuring it properly. I'm just going to go with US measuring and hope that works. Two scoops. For anybody wondering, yes, I did do just biscuits while I was in Colombia. A few of them did go mouldy. I had them in separate sandwich bags, like Ziploc bags. So I ended up losing, I think, about 5 meals altogether, maybe 6. And my last 2 days, so my last day actually in Colombia was a 500 calorie day. My day returning from Colombia, I only had one set of biscuits, but I did have a shake in the evening when I got back. Right, there's our 3 scoops. that's breakfast. In case you're thinking that's not a lot of breakfast, hang on a second, let me check. Going to go for generic mini wheats as our standard breakfast, and it says here that a serving is 40 grams. This is 125 grams, which means, if anything, this is like 3 servings. Far too much for breakfast. But yes, I'm well aware that 40 grams is clearly a lie as a serving. Like anyone that's ever had one of those individual packs that you get in the variety packs of cereal or the ones that they serve at hotels, just at no point is that the amount that you're going to eat. You're definitely having 3 of those. And skim milk, what? No. Jersey milk. Anyway. Oh, this is not appetizing. But let's see what happens. That is... Yep. Oh wait. Before I do this... Ooh. The video is definitely running. Okay. Now this is a bit weird for me because I have got this raised up. I've actually put it on my my baking cooler tray thingy, what's it? Just so you know the video angle gets better. Tricks of the trade that I'm not in. Right. And then of course I had to put a placemat on it so that it wouldn't slide about because these cooling racks are quite sliding. But I digress. Oh, and also I'm going to see if I can get through this without drinking any of that water. I should have drunk more water early in the day. In fact, I will wet my whistle once before it. Okay. Now the bed of liquid. Let's do this. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to have to chew this or what, but that's it. Oh, that's terrible. Have you ever eaten powdered milk? It's like that, but you know, without the flavour. Oh, it's all stuck to my mouth. Oh, damn, this is never coming off. Okay. Okay, my palate now has a layer of Huel on it. This is, oh. Okay, I now have... Oh. Yeah, the only way around this, oh my god. The only way around this is to allow your saliva to turn into a dough. And then you can do something with it. Not until then, oh no, it's useless. Okay. This is a full-on workout. The back of my teeth, there's coat in it now. There's a lot to be said for the best plan here to just be have more, because then I'll create the dough, and then, as with, I think I've used blue tack analogy before, the best way to get blue tack of all is with more blue tack and just smashing it on there. So that's going to have to be the plan. There is also the other analogy to be made of something stuck in the tree. Let's throw it up there. It's now also stuck in the tree. Oh, this is a whole workout for my face. You don't realise how important it is for things to not be powder when you eat them. Like, I figured, like, you know how when you eat hot dogs, you can effectively just not chew them, they'll just slide down your mouth, it's fine. Or like eggs or something like that. This is not that. This is different. I'm basically making the worst parts of toffee in my mouth. Okay. Oh. Somehow it squeaked in my mouth. I don't know what that was. Just went. Oh, there's still so much of this left. Like it feels like it looks like it's not a lot, but once you understand how much a spoonful is, it really is. And it's not like when I do the first day, where it's like, it's just so imposing, I don't want any more of it. Like, I know it's fine, I've just put it in my mouth and it'll work, but it's just going to be a workout. It's going to be a slog. You don't want it to get to the back of your mouth, because then it's like getting into your throat and it gets weird. Oh, and that's all on my lips. This is how I ended up with chapped lips in the first week. Oh, it's just stuck to everything. I'll just brush my teeth. I'm gonna have to do that again after this because it's everywhere. Oh, what did I just say? No, I don't. I've now inhaled a bit into my nose. Oh, my jaw hurts. Okay. It's the logistics of eating this as a powder that are the tricky bit. It's all just pushing with the tongue and trying to move stuff around and trying to get it in a useful place. Because if I could just make it into a cereal, I could do it John Green style and just have it in water instead of making the shakers of milk and the thing. We'll see how it goes. Does it count as mukbang if it's not live? Is that what this is? Am I mukbanging right now? The important thing is I said the word mukbang, therefore I can now get away with putting the tag in the video. Get all them sweet mukbang views. I can't monetize videos, so it doesn't actually matter. Well, when you see me making a stupid face, it's because I'm trying to push a chunk of dough off of my mouth somewhere. Normally off my palate. It's not working. Oh. I'm not sure the water would actually help anyway. I don't feel particularly dry, I'm just caked. No. No. Oh, still so much to go. For anybody who was wondering, this is the lasagna sheet feeder from my pasta maker, which I just used to check that I do indeed have crap all over my lips. And by crap I mean stuck on Huel. Stuck on Huel. I'm not eating way. Kinda sad to say. Put them sweet parodies in there. Okay. Okay. Oh. everything's stuck everywhere. Okay, I'm definitely not doing all 3 portions in one sitting. We'll be here forever. Oh. It's such an unpleasant taste dry as well. It's like, it was fine at first. I was like, oh, maybe I had a little bit. No, no longer. Now it's like I've been sick in my own mouth. As ever, none of these videos should be taken as a criticism of Huel as a foodstuff. I have not felt ill over the past 4 or 5 weeks. People have not said that I look like I'm emaciated. They say I look a lot thinner, mostly because I'm eating a lot less calories, so I am losing a lot of weight. But, yeah. And when people eat my biscuits or whatever else that they decide to scam off me, they will say, oh, actually that tastes all right. Or, well, that just tastes of nothing. They never say it tastes bad. So if you were to do this the correct way, put useful flavour on it, you want a bit of honey, you want some milk, there's some fruit in there, whatever you want to do. It'd be great. If you do it dry, it's horrific. Oh, it's stuck to the front of my teeth now. So I'm guessing you've already seen. So my voice is going all Christopher Walken. But like British Christopher Walken. Yeah. Still stuff on. And I've got like a whole colony of it going on over here. It's on the outside. So much. There's a useful maths lesson to be had here. In that, although it looks like this spoon would hold quite a bit, in this scoop, the one is much deeper. It takes so many more spoonfuls of this than it does scoops of this. Well, we only had 3 scoops of this, and if I look back and find out it was 4, I'm going to be very annoyed. But we have had just unending spoonfuls of this. My stomach is not best pleased with the situation. I don't know if it's because I'm still hungry because it's like mid-afternoon and I've not eaten since like 10 or 11 yesterday in the evening. Oh. This is why I like only eating 1 meal a day. You never get hungry if you eat 1 meal a day. I mean, you do for like a couple of weeks, but then your body's like, nope, not hungry anymore. Not a thing. That's just... I should really have marked how full this was when I started, because I have no idea how far down I am. The blue tack approach is not great. This is a very thick layer of dough that I've now got on my palette. Still stuck on, looks like. That's what I'm going to do. With a weenie spoon, just scrape my mouth out. Oh. That's unpleasant. I'm sorry you had to see that. That is stuck on. Okay. Do not scrape towards the front of the mouth or it all falls out. Oh, there's so much in there. Okay, that helps. It's important to have a wet and a dry spoon because this all starts caking on, it's going to become a mess. I mean, it's probably going to be easier to eat. Then that'd be cheating. Oh. That's still not helping. How is it all over the top of my mouth again? Where did this come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from? It's pure dough. This is tiring. I've had a lot of sleep. I have no reason to be tired. I got up at a reasonable hour, did some things, and then had a nap. It was a good nap. Okay. I'm going to bitch out a little bit and try some of the water. Ah. Oh. I mean, it's nice. It has lubricated my mouth somewhat. I'm not sure it's actually helped in any proper way. Still have big chunks everywhere. So if you ever watch Hot Ones, you always feel a little bit disappointed when they do go for the milk. Extra disappointed they go for the water, because we all know water doesn't work. There's nothing wrong with it. It's within the rules. It's not as if they're nibbling. Oh. I assume I have powder all over my face now for some reason. Mostly because it's all over my trousers after it fell out when I tried to do the whole spoon thing. By the spoon thing, I mean this spoon thing, not this spoon thing. This spoon thing has been largely successful. Okay. I mean, you could make a speed eating competition out of this, and it would be quite the cruelest thing. So glad I'm not doing this stood up. For anybody unaware, one of the things that I do in Lent is I'm not allowed to touch anything other than my hands with my hands, as best I can manage, outside of ablutions. It used to be just that I wasn't allowed to pop spots, but this covers that, and also, you know, like scratching and all of the various loopholes I was getting around not popping spots. You know what's definitely not a helpful thing? Is trying to push the powder around with the spoon and level it out for some reason. I mean, it may be useful later on when I've got barely any left. But I still have plenty left. So, my head feels so stuffy. I have no idea what this is doing on the way down, like what it must be turning into. No. Or what it's going to do to my poop. No, I've already said. Poop situation is fine as long as I stay hydrated. But this could make a difference. Interestingly, it's always very dense. You get no floaters on 100% fuel. 100% Huel. This is starting to feel really rough. At this point, I'm genuinely worried about my digestive system, so lots more water going in now. I wouldn't need none of that part of this. cannot stress enough. Do not do this. It is very unpleasant. Just in every way it could be unpleasant. I mean, I don't think it's actually going to be a health problem, but it's not helping. I appear to be getting gassy. So my nose is itchy. Yep, I'm pretty sure I've lost my lip balm. But I have found a loose Bronco stop, which is looking very worse for wear. You should not be shiny. And this one is shiny. Notice the shininess. It should not have. That's going in the bin. Keep going. I mean, I've gotten through most of it. I must have done. We must be over a halfway point here. How could we not be? The other day it was a family party. Somebody's trying to give it one of these. But they're using a plastic cup. Didn't work. There's a flavour in here that's just become so unpleasant now. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Keep going. Wait, they're washing down. it's all become so smooth in my mouth. As in the Huel has become smooth. My mouth has. Oh. It's all stuck to my teeth, like the backs of my teeth. Oh, it's horrible. Now, you may think me mentioning poop earlier was gratuitous, but of course, the important part of doing this now, instead of doing it on like the final day, is that there'll be time for me to report back on the aftermath of this, what it actually does to my digestive system. Oh, it's just the worst. I always say that the thing with these Lents is that this is somebody's life somewhere in the world. I'm pretty sure nobody does this. Why would they? There's no good reason for doing this. Like, if you're in like the desert or out in the doldrums or something, and you've got no water and all you've got is this powder, this would be bad for you. This would not be helping the situation. It would just dry you out. I don't know how my voice is suddenly gone weird and deep. But with a nasal. Meh. Okay. This will make a good thumbnail shot. I was clear like 3 feet away from the bin. Like, wasn't even close to being right. It's about half a litre of water I've gone through. Oh. It now occurs to me that the unwritten, unspoken, standard Lent is not giving up. I'm glad this isn't live, otherwise, were I to have anybody watching, they'd be definitely giving me strategies and advice on what to do. And all of it would be terrible. Or just give me ways to make it worse. Still so much left. I'm going to close this up because definitely not going for another portion. The sun is no longer shining directly into this window. It is now less warm. Oh. Don't know what that was. just so much of it. I realised that may have looked like crying. It wasn't crying. It was just despair. Complete lack of pear. And I have my heels on, so I can't even put my feet into comfortable positions. They're fine if I'm sat down. And yes, that does mean that I should probably be standing up. But I framed this for sitting down, and that's the reason why I'm not doing this. Stood up. I'm really going to have to work the audio levels on this, so I'm pretty sure I'm whispering most of it. The rest of the kitchen becomes so much more interesting when I don't want to eat this. But I've got nothing else to do today. It's so nice when I drink water. It's the best. It doesn't taste of Huel. Or rather, it doesn't taste of raw Huel. I have Goodbye to Love by the Carpenters stuck in my head. Weird. The solo just went from goodbye to love to don't look back in anger. Quite interesting. Now I know how Dumbledore feels at the end of Order of the Phoenix. When Harry's being all a dick about drinking the water. Somehow having it all stuck to my mouth makes it extra disheartening. I thought this was going to be a quick video. I thought it was going to be like, I'm just going to eat it, it's going to be rough, it's going to be like 20 minutes. I'm going to get it out of the way. Oh, this is besting me. I am being best. Oh, hey! Maybe that's what the whole Melania Trump campaign thing actually means. Just let people bully you. Be best. Let them best you. I have been best. No. I will not listen to Melania Trump. Just find out her real name. Like her maiden name. There's no way she feels part of that family. Okay, I've got an overhang. I'm hanging over like that. My body's properly going into nap mode. Like, I'm getting colder. It's sillier. Now, sometimes, when my mum was in hospital, they would feed her intravenously because she couldn't speak or whatever, or she couldn't use her throat for some reason. Oh no, it was when her when they'd taken out that bit of her small intestine or of her appendix or whatever it was that they used to rebuild her bladder, and so she wasn't allowed to eat because she didn't have an intestine, a functioning intestine, and that was all healing up. Anyway, we fed her through an IV. That's what I should have done this time round. I should have found a doctor willing to feed me through IV, even though there was no medical necessity to do that. That's a good use of our hospital's resources. It means I wouldn't have had to do this. I assume they do not put Huel into people's veins. Just don't. Why is there so much left? Why did I do this on a day when I have nothing else to do? I could be making excuses for why I'm like, oh no, I can't, I've got to go, but no. No. I was sensible. I didn't know an off day. Oh, whoops. Oh no, it's not so bad. I also need to do my laundry today. because I still have all my laundry from Colombia. I brought back a massive haul of like crisp and crisp-like products, and some cakes and some lollies, and a tub of arequipe, which you may know as dulce de leche, but there's a stupid name for it. For stupid people. People who know what's up, they'll call it arequipe. It's clearly the superior name for it. Don't fight me. I am weak and feeble right now. And I've got over a week in which I can eat none of that delicious food, which I brought back so that I could eat. And there's too much of it to eat in one day, so I can't eat all of it on Easter Sunday. And really, Easter Sunday, I'm going to need to eat Easter eggs as well. Whatever I do on Easter Sunday, Easter eggs should be involved. And that's it. I'm going to stand up and walk it off a little. Oh, these are no longer in one sitting. I've now stood up. Oh. Oh. So it turns out that this goodbye to love and don't look back in anger mashup is now a thing in my head. I start off with the verse going into the solo, then finish with the verse, with the solo going into the chorus. I don't know if it works in real life with the actual songs. The tone on the guitars definitely doesn't work. What could I possibly be thinking? It never occurred to me in all my preparation that I should really brought a jacket. There's nothing suitable in the room for keeping me warm. There's one of my dad's old bed sheets drying over there. I say drying. It's been there for like 2 weeks. It should have dried by now. Week and a half. Okay. Wonder Twins. Okay. I feel like there's a better pop culture application of bumping fists. Can't think what though. This is definitely less than I started with. I'm sifting it, damn it. Getting the lumps out. That's an important use of my time. Was there so much with this? Well, that's over Elisa. Nothing about inside me. And refill. Oh! Did not think I would get through that much water. Might be a good exercise for the arms. Just pushing myself up and off a table. Up and off a table. Up and off a table. Why you do this to me? There's probably a video out there of like somebody who just does this, you know, they just love this. And they're like, yeah, straight powder. And just eat it with a spoon. Just going to town on that Huel with the spoon. I'm hoping that the amount that's left in here is like an illusion caused by using a transparent bowl. Actually, you know, there's not a lot left in there at all. Very soon, I'm going to have nothing. It's going to be great. Great. I'm also aware that I've recently videoed my mum's entire funeral, which was like an hour and a half or something of footage. Which means there's a possibility I'm going to run out of space on my phone. Luckily I have a ludicrous amount of space on my phone. And that time that I was supposed to bump it up to 4K, I forgot to bump it up to 4K. Which is a good thing, because editing 4K takes forever. At least on my 7-year-old computer. I mean, it was a very good and expensive computer at the time, so it does well. Could do better. Got pins and needles in my leg. I'm intrigued to know exactly how much is left in here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna find out. This is what I get for resealing the bag when I shouldn't have resealed the bag. I don't think anything I just said was actually words that were intelligible. Remember when I said that a serving of cereal is 40 grams? And that this... Oh, no, I was right. I was right in the first place. Don't mind me. I'm being silly. For a minute there, I thought one scoop was 125 grams. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. Otherwise, I have been massively undefeated. Oh, wait, no. Have I? No, I'm fine. The world is making no sense to me right now. Okay, I think we can safely say there's still a full scoop in here. I have in no way pretty much done it. I have a ways to go. Hashtag not an ad. You can hear that. That's the ice machine in the fridge, which coincidentally started rolling when I dropped the scoop into the Huel bag. So that happened. I think the robots are about to take over. The robots will find in this video their algorithms, and the lesson they will learn from this is that the humans can just eat powdered food straight with a spoon. It will make life much easier for them. Foolish humans. Screw it. Let's try with a big heaped spoonful. Let's see how well this works out for me. My money's on not well. Luckily, I have no money. Oh. Oh, that's too much. The birds are chirping. I've been known to shove entire mince pies in my mouth in one go. This spoonful here should not be a problem. I can do this. I know I can do this. I've done worse things before. And yet, I don't want to. It just seems like so much when you're up really close to it. No closer than this though, my eyes can't focus on it. Or can they? No, they cannot. I mean, if I'd have gone for like the first bite like this, that would have been good. That would have worked. But now I want no bites. I would like to be excused from this challenge that I have set myself and nobody wanted me to do. People are all like, why do you do Lent? And I'm like, because I can. Because I may as well. This is tradition now. It's so cold. Keep feeling like I'm getting a second wind. And then I don't. Oh, come on. Yeah. And now I have Gabrielle and E17 stuck in my head. I feel like this will be my last spoonful. With that, I can say I've got a good way into a third scoop. The bottom looks good and dregs-ish. That'll be enough. That'll be what I was able to do. My mouth's pretty clean though. Well, very little of it left in there. Okay, so do this one last mouthful. I'm going to make sure I scrape out what's inside the spoon. Don't just lip the top off. You know, like a big boy. I keep thinking I've stealed myself. I've stolen myself for doing this. I keep not having done that. What is crunching there? Have I got Huel on my face? Like, properly all over my face. Okay. Oh God, that's horrible. Definitely do not do that. Oh, that's the worst. Oh. Okay, I'm out. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, it's still in my mouth. Oh, that's so bad. No, that's me done. That's me done. Oh, it's still in my teeth. Okay, we're done. Do not try that at home. It's the worst. Just, oh. I'll throw this away. What's left of it? It's not that much, I'm going to say. I'm going to go lie in bed and cry. Hopefully there'll be some good ant mail.